Scandal Squad, happy Monday. Welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. I'm glad y'all are here with me tonight. Shout out to my mod, Lulu. You guys, please go follow Lulu's World 93 on her Instagram. She has all the positive messages when you're feeling down and out. Her messages will get you together, okay? So anyway, you guys, thank you for joining tonight. So we're going to get right into it. Tomorrow, you guys, tomorrow, don't forget. And Lulu, can you just drop a 1 and let me know if you can hear me? Tomorrow is the day. It's D-Day, right? Did Diddy do it? The Diddy documentary on Peacock. Y'all, I'm going to try to see if y'all don't have Peacock, I don't know. I was going to try to give somebody a, do a gift card. Okay, thumbs up. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you. To see if I could do a giveaway for somebody. They have a gift card you could do. So I haven't really figured it out. But if I can figure it out by tomorrow, I will do it. But tomorrow is that they're going to be airing that documentary on Diddy on Peacock, right? And that's where they're going to be talking about all his mother, his friends, all the stuff that he did. Not everything, but a lot of this stuff that they're going to be talking about is going to be a preview as to some of the things that we're going to hear come out in trial. And one of the things that we are hearing, seriously, one of the things that we're hearing, and I know a lot of people are really sad by this, is the fact that they're saying Mary J. Blige. Yes, Mary J. Blige may have been a co-conspirator. Now, I don't know if she's going to be indicted. I don't know what her charges are. I mean, a lot of this is still rumored right now, but behind the scenes, like if you go online and you just read various reports and stuff, people who have inside knowledge, they're saying Mary. So just let me give you a little bit of background. In March, the prosecutors are supposed to list or reveal the names of people they believe are co-conspirators. I don't know if that means that they're going to be indicted. I don't know if that means they're going to be charged. But Diddy had what he called the enterprise. And so they're, just like with R. Kelly, the people who helped R. Kelly do what he did, right? You can't do this stuff alone. So apparently one of the people that is named is Mary J. Blige. So I'm going to play a little snippet. Now I was doing my research and got a little bit, I'm going to play a clip from Sherelle's World where she talks about Mary J. Blige and her relationship with Diddy and kind of how they came together. And then we're going to play a video. Now, one of the videos I'm going to play, some of this stuff, I don't believe everything in these videos, but they give you details and they give you historical information. So, we could put it all together. Yes. Shout out to Lulu. Allegedly. Yes. And fair use, Lulu. See, I remember fair use. So yeah, let's listen to a little bit of this from Sherelle's World. And you guys remember, this is YouTube, so I can't show everything or play everything because of the community guidelines and all that stuff. But let's go. One second. We're going to play this little clip and listen to what she's saying about Mary J. Blige and about her possibly being a lesbian.
Ooh, going down. The only thing I think that kept us guided was the music. My whole world's upside down.
When Mary sang, I heard the pain of a generation.
In the neighborhood we lived in, it's like prison. There was a lot wrong and there was a lot I needed to get out. That's why I had that pen. Sleep don't come easy. My life is probably my darkest album. At one of the darkest times I've had. Most of the times I was just depressed and didn't want to live.
So when she gets to Uptown Records, right away, she's introduced to Diddy, who is equally as dark and damaged as Mary was. He had his own childhood issues with his mom introducing him to freak-offs, him seeing all kind of unhealthy sex lives going on around him. They were two birds of a feather that flocked together, and they were able to talk to each other about their dark past. He was bisexual and she was bisexual, which at that time, they didn't tell anyone else.
I remember when we made that record, it was one of the most unsecure times of our lives. And it was one of those days where you're walking around with the tears boiled up in your eyes. Like we was kids that was just heartbroken. And me and her in the studio looking at each other crying.
So when you're able to talk to someone about the darkest times in your life and your secrets, well, that bond runs deep. And they both turned to drugs and alcohol when the pain just got too intense. And when it came down to both of their ex lives, where their perception of ex was warped, very, very warped. They often say if you've been dealing with sexual things in your childhood, you become very promiscuous. So, in other words, Mary J. Blige, hell, she was down for whatever.
So that's kind of like the beginning and how they came together. So what we're learning now is that Diddy allegedly that his mom had those freak off parties when he was a kid, that him and his friends would walk in at his home and see people having relations, and that Mary J. Blige, I believe she was essayed from the time she was 5 to 17. So imagine the two of them coming together in their early, like around 18, 19, 20, making this music and then just getting all this money and getting all this instant fame, right? So they talk about how they kind of connected and how their connection was, it probably the thing about Mary, allegedly she was closeted for many years, and Jaguar Wright is the first person who kind of brought that out. Again, I know a lot of people don't believe everything that Jaguar Wright says, but there have been other rumors that Mary would go both ways. And also it's reported that Mary J. Blige was actually pregnant by Diddy at one point, and that Mary J. Blige also had threesomes with him and Kim Porter. So it's like they were in that lifestyle. And these are all allegations. It's allegedly. Some of this stuff may come out in that P. Diddy documentary tomorrow. If not, then it's been talked about. This is no secret. But she allegedly, was threesome with them, got pregnant by him. And also, you guys know that they're saying, now this is the one that's going to be a problem for her, because I don't know where this is headed to. But you guys remember Danny Boy? He was a bad boy artist that she allegedly slept with him when she was an adult and he was underage. So that's going to be problematic. So I don't know if she made a deal. That's why people are saying that Mary may have been very, very complicit. She may have participated in them freak offs when there were young people, and we don't know to what extent. I think like when a lot of this stuff first came out with some of the lawsuits, and they were saying there's celebrity A, there was a woman in the room, right? And when they named the women, a lot of people just assumed it was J-Lo. Some people thought it was Mary J. Blige, but now as more things come out, we're hearing over the course of 20 years, Mary J. Blige may have been the one in the background who was doing more stuff with Diddy. Now, I don't know if y'all remember. I remember back in the late 90s, 2000, remember they had a falling out. I mean, their friendship was kind of like up and down. And then they continued, later on they made music together again. But apparently they had some kind of a romantic relationship, allegedly. And they said that she was pregnant by him and that he forced her to get unalive the child and stuff. So I hope some of this stuff comes out. I don't know if she's gonna write her memoirs, I don't know, but they're saying that she okay, so Lulu says she remembers. Yes, please hit the like button, you guys. Please hit the like buttons. They're saying that since he's been indicted, people are running scared. And Mary is one of his artists that is very, very attached to him. Now, y'all know there was Little Kim. Little Kim's name hasn't been implicated as much as Mary J. Blige, but they're saying Mary was a wild girl. Now, these are allegations. Again, cannot confirm or deny. But let's get into a little bit of this article where when we talk about her being bisexual, this came out around 2020. Now, there have been rumors. For those of you who follow Mary J. Blige, we had rumors that they were swingers. But, that's kind of to be expected, right? But I had never heard that she was literally bi. I mean, we heard that they did the crazy parties, that they would do things with other women and everything, but I had never heard that Mary was bi. But this is an article from Source back in 2020. It says singer Jaguar Wright has been making headlines after coming out against multiple celebrities. Wright has worked with such as The Roots, Jay-Z, and Common. She recently came out with allegations that Common assaulted her while they were together. So I don't know about that. He denied it. So that, I don't know. She also came out with accusations that Summer Walker had been assaulted. Summer came out and said that that wasn't true either. But this one right here, I don't know. I think some of this may be true because I don't know if y'all remember when Alicia Keys first came out, it was rumored that she may have been a little bit, we had questions about her too. So I feel like a lot of these women and men in the industry go both ways. It says, even though Summer Walker came out to silence Wright, that hasn't stopped her from coming out against other entertainers. Recently, Wright spoke up against the queen of hip-hop, soul, Mary J. Blige. She called Blige out on Instagram, challenging her to a versus battle and dismissing her talent. She went on to say how Blige has been hiding her sexuality for years. The reason I believe this is because, first of all, Jaguar Wright is bisexual. I mean, she's been pretty open about it. Now we're finding out Diddy is bisexual. Then remember Clive Davis, for years, he hid the fact that he was bisexual. And allegedly, Whitney Houston was bisexual. Like, all of these people in this industry, y'all, I'm going to say, is anybody straight? I mean, and it's cool, do what you do. But it's like, yeah, now, I know when she first came out and was making the allegations, a lot of people didn't believe her. But if you really, really think about it, come on now. All of these people, all of a sudden, we're finding out that, yeah, they be getting down with the get down behind doors, Mary J. Blige, Clive Davis, Diddy. I'm gonna say Alicia Keys. Jaguar Wright called out Alicia Keys, and I kind of believed it too. She was a little butch in the beginning. I mean, you know what? I apologize because I think I heard that is not the proper term. So I retract that statement, but it's an old school statement, but that she was kind of masculine. Okay. So I had heard that about her before as well. And it's not just the fact that Mary J. Blige was possibly bisexual, but it's the fact that she may have been participating in these freak-offs. Another thing that they're coming out is saying that Mary J. Blige was actually bringing men and women to Diddy. And y'all, I really believe this. You remember how RBO Day was coming out saying Diddy was asking them or trying to force them to do certain things? If Mary stayed with Diddy for any amount of time, and she was so close to him, if he did it to Kim Porter, he did it to Cassie. Y'all don't think he was doing it to Mary J. Blige? Lulu says, it seems like everyone was on the download. Yes, girl, it seems like it's like a cult or something. It's almost like to be accepted that's part of the deal, something that you have to do. Now, the only two people that I haven't heard were bi at this point is Jay-Z. And well, there are some allegations about Jay-Z, and these are unsubstantiated in the lawsuit that maybe he violated a man. I don't know. But so far I haven't heard that Beyonce is bi. I've heard that she has, slept around, but I have not heard that she's bi. But it's like, in order to be accepted in that industry, you got to do a lot, right? So we hear that we've heard that she was bi and that she was participating in those freak-offs and supplying Diddy with people. Now, I really, really hope that's not true. Because the same way that, Diddy has been outed and uncovered and how it has ruined his reputation, I really don't want to hear that Mary was bringing women and men to Diddy, especially underage, because now there's this allegation. Now, this is what Danny Boy has said, that Mary slept with him when he was underage. So that's allegation number one. So does that mean that there were other underage people that Mary may have messed with that's going to come out later? A lot of these people are so scared because all of this ish is coming out about them. Now, another thing that they've been talking about with Mary J. Blige, a lot of everybody's dirt is coming out now, right? You know, people are scared. Look at Denzel. Now, all of a sudden, he's a pastor. He been ordained. You said who is older out of Mary J. Blige and Diddy? I don't know. I can look it up. I'm not really sure. Oh, wait, for Mary J. Blige and Danny Boy, Mary J. Blige is older than Danny Boy. I think he was 15 at the time that he said something happened. So I don't know if that's what you're asking me. But another thing is that they're saying that Mary J. Blige, y'all, that there was this woman in the young lady, their protege, that girl that Kendu cheated with her husband, that she brought them into their marriage. They're saying that it was like a threesome, like, you know, that they had her back and forth. And y'all, I believe it. And the reason I believe it, because it's the same thing with Diddy. It seems like, you know, Diddy had Kim Porter, and then they would have these freak offs. He would bring people in the bed. So then Diddy gets with Cassie. They would have these freak offs and bring people in the bed. So if Mary J. Blige was tight with him like that, then it probably wouldn't be a problem for her to have another female in their marriage. Allegedly. I don't know, but allegedly. I mean, if that's what they're doing, then yeah, it would make sense, and it would seem realistic that they possibly, and her too. Yes, y'all, can you get the likes up? Can you please hit the likes? It would make sense that they were bringing people into their bedroom. I wouldn't be surprised about it. But let's go. Now, here's a video. Oh, wait, before we get to that, I want to talk about another thing that was interesting. Let me share this tab. So the fact that Mary J. Blige and Diddy were supposedly closeted and secretly both bisexual, like that's a secret that they allegedly shared. So I didn't know. I was just doing my research and found that apparently Diddy, so Mary J. Blige, this is an article she did with where she talks about going to strip clubs, and she talks about gays and everything. And you know, she says she's not homophobic. She supports the gay community. And you know, she just talks about how she has such a huge gay following, and she didn't even know it. And I mean, she really embraces her gay community. But it's interesting that she embraces them. However, she still at this point has been closeted. And you know, another person that allegedly has been closeted is Queen Latifah and Missy Elliott. And I did a video on Missy Elliott as well. But it's just like all these ladies, and Jada Pinkett, they said she's bi as well. It's like all these, there's a clique of women that are really bi, but you know, they try to keep it under wraps and everything. But she talks about supporting the gays and everything. But did y'all know apparently Diddy had some controversy? I didn't know. Okay, here it is right here. So I never heard this. And it's crazy to me that Diddy would come out and call somebody the F word and the F bomb. Y'all see what the word is here. I'm not going to say it because I know that's a derogatory and I don't want to be offensive. But for him to be a bisexual male and to have done all the stuff that he's been accused of doing, how dare you? What are you doing calling somebody a name? You know what I'm saying? It's like these people were so secretive. Like they had such a facade, you know, trying to make people feel guilty about their sexuality when in fact, hell, that's what you were gay. Like, are you crazy? You're bisexual at least. So it says, now this is a interview she did. It says it's someone who says she won't tolerate homophobia. What did you make of your friend collaborator Diddy's recent lash out at a club goer whom he called a F word? And she says, I can't make the judgment. What she says, I can't make the judgment call one way or the other on what Puff was going through that day. Now that's crazy to me. You could make the judgment and say that he was wrong, but you see how they stick together. I mean, if y'all were both bisexual, then you know it's wrong for him to say that. And even if you weren't bi, just for him to be calling people all of their names and you probably knew what he was doing, why couldn't you say it was just wrong? See how they stick together? Even when the behavior is wrong, they protect each other. She says, all I can say is he apologized. Hell, that's not good enough. You condemning a whole group of people that you participate with and do the same things, people that buy your records. Like, that's crazy. And she says, I know it's a harsh word, but I have to speak for Mary J. Blige. We have to all be careful with what our thoughts are so they don't become our words. And that's what prayer and being spiritually grounded are for. Because if you're spiritually grounded, you put yourself in other people's shoes. I got to speak for Mary, though. So basically, she is kind of condemning it, saying it's wrong. But I feel like she could have came out a little bit harder against Diddy. But again, she allowed Diddy and let him get away with a lot of stuff. Nobody would stand up to him. I can't really speak for Puff. As far as I'm concerned, I think people should be careful with their words. You got to think before you jump out there. So, yeah, that was one time where, Diddy apparently he was using some homophobic slurs. And I didn't even know this, especially since this man has been dealing with men. And that's crazy because it's the same thing with Clive Davis. Clive Davis was closeted. They spoke out. He would not allow Whitney Houston to be in her lesbian relationship, allegedly. But and y'all make them hide it, which a lot of people say if Whitney was able to be with Robin, her lover, that she would still be alive, right? A lot of people say that if Whitney didn't have to, and Whitney they're saying she was bi. So she loved Bobby and she loved Robin. But these record companies make these people hide when they're all doing the same things. So anyway, let's get into this. There's a video where they talk about Mary J. Blige actually turning on Diddy. And so let's listen to it.
Already out there that I was confirming. And then when I met up with Puff, he already knew what I was.
I knew Mary since my first album, Reasonable Doubt. I was nobody guy with a nobody label, and she came through for me.
Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged.
Could Mary J. Blige's earth-shattering revelations be the ultimate betrayal that finally exposes Diddy's darkest secrets at Bad Boy Records? Trust me, what I'm about to tell you will leave you speechless.
So when I met Puff, I was, blown away. But it took some years to grow into that and accepting someone that just was so excited about being seen.
And why did industry whistleblower Jaguar Wright specifically call out Mary J. Blige when discussing those bone-chilling secrets of Bad Boy Records? The answer will shock you to your core.
Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged.
But wait, there's more. Let's talk about Faith Evans, who called her time at Bad Boy unforgettable. But honey, was it unforgettable because of the music or something far, far darker?
It was definitely a ride. And I must say, despite all the craziness and, everyone's careers and lives probably didn't end up how they.
Now, if y'all remember, when she's talking about Stevie J, we all know Stevie J was freaky. Stevie J has a sex tape with Eve. And, there have been rumors that Stevie J was with a man. There was a video that came out with him. So if all of these people are hanging out together, they all freaking off for real.
They thought it would. But it was a lot of fun.
Now let's dive into the most intriguing relationship in the music industry, the unshakable bond between Mary J. Blige and Diddy. Is it really built on mutual ambition, or does it hide something more sinister? Mary has always credited Diddy, formerly known as Puff Daddy, as her mentor and biggest cheerleader. She even confessed, "I needed what he had," talking about his ambition and industry knowledge. But honey, there's so much more to this story.
When I met Puff, I was afraid of success, afraid to do anything that could put so much attention on me. And then when I met him, he was the complete opposite. And he was such a good thing for me.
Let me spill some serious tea about their partnership. Was it purely professional, or was Mary's loyalty tied to deeper, darker secrets? Picture this. It's the early 90s, and Diddy is making his name at Uptown Records.
So, hey, Hey, Galatians. Yeah, I believe so too. Welcome to the chat. I believe most of them freak their way to the top too to get into the industry. It's like a lot of them have talent. They definitely have talent. But I believe in order for you to, let's say if it's 10 of us here and we're all equally talented, they're going to pick the ones who are going to go along with the routine. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, if you're the most talented one, if you don't go along with their program, like remember Mia, like a lot of these other women are saying, if you weren't down to do what, like Mia said that Jay-Z was coming on to her and she didn't want to deal with him, she got blacklisted. So if you are not down with the program, yeah, they're going to blacklist you and your career is going to stall. I believe that too.
Together, they absolutely revolutionized R&B with Mary's debut album, What's the 411? It was a cultural reset, darling, but while their work was changing music forever, whispers started circulating that their relationship wasn't quite what it seemed on the surface. And here's where it gets juicy. Jaguar Wright has been raising eyebrows, suggesting that Mary isn't just some innocent bystander in Diddy's empire, but an active participant. In a viral clip that had everyone gagging, Jaguar named Mary directly, hinting that she knew way more than she was letting on about the shady dealings at Bad Boy Records.
Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged.
But hold on to your wigs, because Jaguar's allegations don't stop there. She claimed the culture at Bad Boy was built on fear and silence, making it nearly impossible for artists to speak out without facing serious consequences. Was our Queen Mary J. actually helping keep those voices silent? The plot thickens. Now let me tell you about what appears to be one of hip-hop and R&B's most fascinating friendships. When Mary recently graced People magazine's cover, both she and Diddy couldn't stop gushing about their incredible bond. Diddy called her one of the greatest storytellers in R&B history, saying she created a lane for women worldwide to speak their truth to power. Ironic, isn't it? Mary, bless her heart, admitted that Diddy wasn't just a teacher, he was her biggest cheerleader. Puff was a huge inspiration for
So you guys, I feel like all of this stuff where they're saying like they were so close and so tight. Now I'm feeling like it was more than just the music, that it was because they were doing all this freak off stuff and that she was part of this. Mary J. Blige, y'all, think about this. We've heard about him with J-Lo. We've heard about him with Kim Porter. We've heard about him with Cassie. Mary J. Blige has been with this man throughout all of those relationships. She's the one woman who has remained consistent with Diddy. Think about it. She knows all the secrets.
me, she reflected, adding that he wanted all of this for me more than I wanted it myself. Can you believe it? Picture an 18-year-old Mary, plucked from Yonkers to become Uptown Records' youngest and first female artist. Under Andre Harrell's direction, Diddy's mentor, she transformed into a superstar. Diddy even declared her his sister and best friend, calling her an unstoppable force. Mary confessed she was once terrified of success and ambition, something Diddy apparently couldn't relate to. But darling, their partnership turned her into the Emmy and Grammy-winning powerhouse we know today.
His ambition pushed me to be ambitious because I didn't know how, because, you know, when you come from where I come from, you're scared to be ambitious. You're scared to want more. And so when I met Puff, I was, blown away.
But let's switch gears and talk about another bad boy legend, Faith Evans.
Galatians, so you said that you heard that Mary J. Blige was on drugs. She absolutely was on drugs. She talks about it. Remember, she used to wear those glasses all the time. She talks about how she was always depressed. I've only seen Mary J. Blige one time in concert at one of the companies that I worked at back in the early 2000s. They brought her and she sang for us and stuff. And she had talked, she didn't talk about her drug abuse, but she did talk about how depressed she was and, how she had always had bad relationships. So yeah, you're right. She has admitted to being on drugs.
She described her time with the label as absolutely unforgettable, filled with incredible highs. But honey, what about those lows she's not talking about? From 1994 to 2004, she was part of the Bad Boy family before branching out to start her own label, Prolific Music Group. And can we talk about her success? Her 2005 album, The First Lady, hit #2 on the Billboard 200.
Hey, what's up? It's the First Lady Faith Evans, aka Big 50 from the Bricks, y'all.
In 2017, Faith blessed us with The King and I, a heart-wrenching collaboration with Biggie. 25 tracks telling their beautiful love story from their first meeting until his tragic passing in 1997.
We spent a lot of time, a lot of dollars, you know, just kind of trying to fight, or not even, we fight for justice pretty much, and hoping that the authorities would bring someone.
Now let's dish about Faith's love life after Biggie. She found love again.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back to Faith in a second, but I just wanted to go to the point that Galatians made about Mary J. Blige. So let me see. So basically, it says this is about Mary J. Blige and her drug. You know, it says Mary started using drugs as a teenager, and as she rose to fame, her substance abuse worsened. She said that she started to drink and use drugs to cope with what she had to unfortunately experience as a child, being sexually abused at just 5 years old. So that's something I talked about in the beginning, that her abuse started when she was 5. They said from 5 to 17 years old. Though she's always been open and honest, there are still some parts of herself that she chooses to keep to herself, and that extends to her family as well. It says for years, Mary was resistant to get help from anyone and turned to drugs and alcohol instead. You're taking drugs so you can go out and feel courageous or go out and feel beautiful or whatever. That's another thing. I know that she talks about how early on, you know, in her life, she didn't feel loved. She felt unattractive and stuff. And I'm sure Diddy didn't make her feel no better. I mean, Diddy is very much a colorist. I mean, we all know that. It says, you're doing it to cover up something, Blige says. So she had to address the demons within that she was attempting to quiet by getting high and drunk, and face the pain that came with losing them as a crutch. So yeah, Galatians, she definitely was on drugs.
And they had 2 beautiful children together. But things got messy in August 2010 when she was arrested for DUI. Their marriage crumbled, ending in divorce in 2011, and she had to complete a 13-week drug treatment program to get her charges dropped.
Music lover Major Relaford was shocked to hear R&B recording artist Faith Evans faces drug charges.
That she's a positive artist, and I wouldn't know that. Like that.
But here's where things get really interesting. Some fans and sources claim Diddy was actually pulling the strings, controlling Evans and getting her involved with substances. One fan dropped this bombshell. Look at how many people have died around Diddy. His ex-wife's death is suspicious too. He has had to do some bad things to get and stay at the level he's at. Another fan theorized that Faith might know who was behind Biggie's death but is staying quiet to protect herself and her children. Chilling, right? When Diddy's name started getting connected to Biggie's death, Faith surprisingly came to his defense. She insisted, "What I know is..."
Wow, that's crazy. But I mean, if she thinks that Diddy had something to do with it, of course she's going to stay quiet. I would stay quiet too, because she knows that she could be the next target. Like, of course she's not going to say something. So Corey Blanco says, you're waiting to hear Little Kim's story. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I haven't heard a lot of negative stuff about Kim and Diddy. I mean, in terms of, you know, was she at the freak offs, or was, you know, because I hear more stories about Diddy messing with Mary J. Blige than Little Kim. But I mean, you never know, because Kim was Biggie's girl, but we know that Diddy likes to sleep with everybody else's woman, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if she has a Diddy story, but it doesn't sound like, from what I'm hearing and, you know, the research I've done, I haven't seen a lot of saying that she was really that close with him doing the freak offs. I'm sure she did some stuff. Yeah, Galatians, that's what I think too. She was probably scared to be on the live.
That Puff would never have Big unalived, would never be involved in unaliving one of his best friends. She emphasized their unique bond, saying even she never had such a close connection with Diddy as Biggie did. Faith stood firm, saying if they believed Diddy was responsible, they would have sued him long ago. You don't think they tried to get us to do that? She questioned. But here's the real tea. Mary's friendship with Diddy didn't reflect the notorious reputation of Bad Boy Records. We're talking financial disputes, allegations of mistreatment, and criminal activities allegedly orchestrated by Diddy himself. From money laundering whispers to connections with violent incidents, the label's history is dripping with scandal. And Mary J. Blige's role? Well, insiders suggest her unwavering loyalty to Diddy wasn't just about gratitude, it was about survival. Did she help cover up crimes to protect her own career? And darling, just how deep does this rabbit hole go? Let's look at Bad Boy's star-studded roster. The notorious Bige, Craig Mack, Faith Evans, Mace, The Lox, all caught in what seems to be a web of manipulation, betrayal, and tragedy. And while Mary wasn't officially signed to Bad Boy, her ties to Diddy and this group are impossible to ignore. Now let me tell you about the tragedy that shook Bad Boy to its core. Biggie's death. It was so sudden and unexpected that many believe it marked the beginning of Bad Boy's downfall. Diddy's former bodyguard even revealed how Biggie's death led to losing money from one of his contracts.
Todd knew that he might have been cash flow broke because he had to be out there doing Puff album to get that money.
But wait, it gets worse. The bodyguard claimed Biggie actually hated Diddy. Apparently, their relationship wasn't nearly as close as...
Now, do y'all just tell me from what you've heard, do you guys think that Diddy has something to do with Biggie's death? I mean, the more the story comes out, I mean, it's like it's starting to look that way. It's looking real bad for him. I mean, I'm starting to feel like he did do something, you know. Can y'all please get the likes up? Please hit the like button. Thank you, Lulu. Galatians says, yeah, Foxy says she don't want to be a part of nothing going on. I DM'd her a few months ago and she immediately made a post shaking my head. You know, I've done a couple videos on Foxy, and I think that definitely she has something to do with Jay-Z, even though she don't want to talk about it. I don't know a lot about her and Diddy. One of the videos that I did, apparently it was Wendy Williams was accusing her of dating Diddy for a minute. I guess they were working on some music. So I don't know about that relationship so much. But yeah, Foxy Brown, that's going to be another good story.
As Diddy made it seem in public, and Biggie had figured out that Diddy was using him for financial gain, especially after seeing what happened to Craig.
Big used to always clown him. You understand? You know, but Big needed him just as much as he needed Big.
Here's the kicker. Biggie stayed with Diddy despite knowing his true colors because he was desperate to get his publishing rights back from the Bad Boy mogul. Can you believe the drama?
But Big had to play the game because Big wanted to get his publishing back and his marketing that he had sold out to Puff.
The tea gets even hotter. The bodyguard claimed he discovered Biggie's Bad Boy contract in Diddy's briefcase during a flight. It detailed massive sums of money in $250,000 increments, but Puff kept the publishing royalties. Biggie was supposedly bragging about the millions he'd make from this new deal.
Had a contract, and what happened was when me and Puff rode on the plane coming back down there, Puff gave me his briefcase.
Then came the tragic night that changed everything. During the promotion tour for his second album, Biggie was notoriously unalived. The details? Honey, they're shocking. Biggie was at a party with Diddy and when...
Hey, Michael, we all saying hey to you. Who ain't got ish to say? What, Foxy Brown or Lil Kim?
When they left, they took separate cars. Diddy was in front, Biggie behind. Suddenly, Biggie's car stopped, and that's when the unthinkable happened. The bodyguard claimed it wasn't a drive-by. The unaliver had been waiting all night.
I don't give a Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change.
According to the FBI report, and this is where it gets really interesting, Wallace was in a Chevrolet Suburban when a Chevy SS Impala pulled up at a red light and opened fire. They just left the Peterson Automotive Museum party, with Diddy leaving right after, completely intoxicated. The bodyguard had to drive that night, and here's the shocker. He told the FBI their car was behind Biggie.
It's a setup. They were setting that boy up, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Now, let's talk about Craig Mack, another early Bad Boy success story that turned sour. His career started soaring, but then mysteriously plummeted. People whisper it was doomed from the start, right when Diddy discovered Biggie. And honey, some say there was even...
Now, they're saying Craig Mack. Now, the whole thing with Puffy and Biggie, that's crazy. They're saying that, you know, he didn't have to be in California. If anybody knows that after what happened to Tupac, ain't no damn reason Biggie should have been in California. I mean, at all. But then the other one, Craig Mack, they're saying that he actually had AIDS. Y'all know we can't say certain things on here.
an attempt on Craig's life.
No cash, no record. I'm not gonna be sitting here going in the studio all night, every night, busting, and I ain't seeing nothing from it.
Poor Craig was constantly ridiculed for his appearance in hip-hop media. The cruel jokes became unbearable, and Diddy, he just stood by and watched it happen. Some say it's because Craig was overshadowing Biggie's career, and Diddy wasn't having any of that.
Puff didn't like him for whatever reason he didn't. He told Craig, yo, if you don't fire your manager, then you can't work for Bad Boy.
The tension between Biggie and Craig Mack was real, though they never publicly spilled the tea about why they couldn't get along.
Is Craig on the album? Matt? Yeah. No. You can't curse? Yeah, you can curse.
Galatians say Gene Deal needs to be investigated. He's involved. A lot of people feel, now I'm gonna just say this. I don't think Gene Deal is involved, but it seems like he know a lot and stood by and saw a lot to not step in and do something, right? And Michael says Foxy ain't got nothing to say. Foxy got a lot to say. She's just gonna keep her mouth shut because she's probably being paid. But Foxy probably know a lot, and she probably got a lot to say, but she just scared. Lulu is saying, hey, Michael. Michael is saying Gene is part of Diddy's ish. He's complicit. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that Gene Deal, he stood by. It's like a lot of people got a whole lot of stuff to say after a bunch of bad shit happens, right? It's like, well, you was there. You were the bodyguard. What did you do? Oh, I was just watching, but I didn't see him do this. But you know a whole lot. I mean, yeah, I'm feeling like that too.
But here's the real reason Craig left. He couldn't stomach Diddy's vision of commercial rap. He was disgusted by the immoral parties, excessive drinking, and Diddy's power trips over artists. His resistance to Diddy's control led to his downfall. He even received death threats and had some close calls on the streets. Craig disappeared from TV, only to resurface in a video from the Overcomer Ministry, a controversial Christian group in South Carolina that some call a cult.
Big Mac and Biggie Smalls are from two different type of eras.
People noticed a dramatic change in Craig after this video. He seemed happier, more energetic, like he'd escaped some kind of curse. That's when people started whispering about the bad boy curse and why artists kept leaving the label.
It's Craig Mack.
And what did you used to do when you was in the world?
Wickedness.
Oh, okay. And what are you doing now?
Righteousness.
Whoa!
Tragically, Craig's health deteriorated year after year, and on March 12, 2018, he passed away from heart failure in a hospital near his home in Walterboro, South Carolina. Then there's Mace. Everyone thought he'd be the next big thing in both R&B and rap.
We don't want talented a bad boy.
But darling, imagine the shock when this chart-topping rapper suddenly became a pastor. People couldn't wrap their heads around it. How does a 19-year-old rapper wake up one day and decide to become a minister?
I had a gun in my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to God. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to do this.
In 1999, Mason Betha, that's Mace's...
It sounds like their experience was so horrific with Diddy. Like everybody ran to God. They must have saw some terrible things. It's like whatever happened, they like, I'm done. I want to get into church. This is just disgusting. Galatians says, I don't listen to Gene Deal because too many holes in his stories. He backtracking his lies. Yeah. And it's funny because I heard that the one guy, Courtney Burgess, like he has had to go testify allegedly to the as part of the witnesses for the indictment for Diddy. But like, I don't know, Gene Deal has a lot. I know that the Homeland Security, I mean, a lot of the stuff that he's talked about, the evidence is online. So I don't know if he would have to testify or be subpoenaed. Michael says, hey, Lulu, can you guys hit that like button, please? Galatians says he said he was there when Biggie, yeah, he did say he was there and ran and hid in a what? I ain't heard that he ran and hid in no basement. No, because remember, Biggie got shot and then they were driving and stuff. They had to go to the hospital. What basement are you saying he hid in? Because I never heard that one of Galatians. Michael says R.I.P. Craig Mack. Yes, R.I.P. Big was moving messy. He was arrogant. What? And died because of it. Are you? Come on, Michael. Here we go. Here we go. What? I mean, Biggie was. We know Diddy was stealing from everybody, Michael. Now, come on. You can't say that. All evidence is pointing to the fact that he was robbing from them, taking their money, giving them bad deals. So how was Biggie moving messy? And Lulu says fair use. And Galatians says Biggie was signed to another label. Yeah, I heard that. Behind Puff's back, and Puff found out because Gene Dale said he told Puff, and Puff was pissed. But he was stealing from him. I mean, I don't see how that's moving messy. I mean, this man is using you guys. He's not giving you your fair deal. They're making him money over money on top of money, and they're not getting what they want. Michael says Gene is complicit. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that too.
Real name, dropped a bombshell. He was leaving Bad Boy to start SANE Ministries, Saving a Nation Endangered. He claimed he had a profound experience with God and started calling himself Minister Mace, saying he'd been leading people down a path to hell.
The reason why I decided to start rapping, I just wanted to better my life. I wanted to do something better for my life. Not all the time money is the best thing for your life.
Now, we also know that when Mace became a pastor, though, that he also has allegedly, he was hitting them corners and picking up some trans women as well, which is all good. But again, what we know about these men is they seem to be, allegedly, they seem to go as heterosexual or straight, but still be dibbling and dabbling on the side, right?
At the peak of his success with Harlem World, Mace made a shocking confession to a radio interviewer. I felt like I had a lot of money, but I didn't really know who I was. But honey, some people aren't buying it. Everyone knows Diddy doesn't just let people walk away from Bad Boy contracts. After 5 years without royalties, Mace came back with Welcome Back under Bad Boy, but the drama wasn't over. He wanted out again and even ambushed Diddy in an interview, begging to be released from his contract.
The devil can use him aggressively, and I want you to know God could use me aggressively.
The plot thickens. In 2016, Mace returned for a Bad Boy Records tour only to start throwing shade at his former boss right after.
When I see the hurt and the pains of other people on Bad Boy, that motivates me to say something so I don't be deemed as a person.
New heights when Diddy gave his passionate Grammy speech about hip-hop not getting respect. Mace wasn't having it. In a now-deleted Instagram post, he dragged Diddy. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely starved your artists. The tea? Mace claimed he never got paid even though he wrote all those Bad Boy hits.
You ain't getting the money, you ain't getting the publishing, you ain't getting the respect. And I don't think you're like that.
Hey, Galatians, so you're saying that I know that Gene was there. And he was in the background talking, and you say he hid while Biggie was dying, because he always says like he was talking about driving and, you know, telling them how to get to the hospital faster. So I had never heard that he went and hid. That's crazy. He's the bodyguard, so he's supposed to make sure everything is okay. Lulu says not the bad boy. Yeah, the Bad Boy curse. I mean, it has gotten a lot of them, right? If they don't die, like Craig Mack, and y'all know that they said Craig Mack had the package, the H to the I to the V, right? Y'all know that. And you know, and a lot of them that were with Bad Boys, like they didn't get health insurance after he done took these people's money. They done made him millions, and then they end up with nothing. Come on now, they live worse than regular working people, and they were celebrities. That's crazy. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Hey, the lounge is in the house. Hey, welcome and thank you for all your support. I'm sending you a little virtual heart. Thank you so much. You guys go subscribe to the lounge if you haven't already. Her and her husband. I am Jamil Peterson. I have been watching Jamil for some years now. Back maybe when he was only like at about 16,000 subs, and he has blown up. So y'all go and support them. And I also got my Pure Survival merch. I got my shirt. So y'all go check them out and support their channel and their merch. Lulu says, follow me on Twitter. And the lounge is saying, hey, Galatians. And Galatians says, yes. He said he ran and hid and like, what? and laid in a pillow in a basement. I heard the video on the lounge track. Oh, okay. I gotta go check it out. So Lounge, I gotta go back and hear your video where Gene Deal went and hid in a basement. Not the bodyguard. He's supposed to be protecting them. And what basement did he go hide in? I mean, if you went and ran and you're the bodyguard and you hid in the basement, like did he hide in the basement of the hospital? That's crazy. The Lounge says, "Oh wow." Lulu saying, "Hey, the Lounge." She's giving a shout out, sending love. Galatia says, "Hey, beautiful Lounge." The Lounge says, "Hey, Lulu." And Michael says, Big was in LA after the Tupac death and doing freestyles on the radio and all that goofy ish and died because of exactly like he should not even have been in California. Because Tupac, I mean, I know it happened in Vegas, but we love Tupac out here in California. I mean, even to this day, I mean, we just had a street named after him about last year sometime. Like Tupac is all over our murals and everything. So it wasn't even a whole year, I don't believe, till after Tupac's death that he came out here. For what? You know, and then it's kind of weird because remember, you guys, Biggie had that album, something Ready to Die or something. Like even Tupac, where Tupac did that song where he was in all white, I Ain't Mad at You, and he was like in heaven and then he died. It's like they prophesized their own death or they knew it was coming. You know, it's weird. The Lounge says, "Hey, Galatians." The Lounge says, "Oh, I heard about yes with Mace. Remember, he was after he became a pastor. I think he was in New York somewhere, and he would go to the little areas, you know, and pick up the. I guess they're supposed to be, you know, the girls of the night, but they said he was picking up the trans ones, just like Eddie Murphy. Do y'all remember Eddie Murphy? How he picked up that one trans person, and that person that Eddie Murphy got, that I don't know if they got into an accident, but he got busted with the person in the car. That person ended up dying. And remember Teddy Pendergrass, the same thing. He had an accident and the person with him was trans. So these men have been doing this down low trans stuff for a minute. Lulu says, "Follow me on Celebrity Scandalous." Hey, y'all, we have a celebrity in the house, Mr. Jamil Peterson. I Am Comedy, surviving Diddy Glover. And he's laughing. Welcome, Jamil. Thank you for coming over. Y'all, I just said I have been following him and his wife on the Lounge, and I am Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy, and I have been following Jamil for some years now. I mean, he's crazy, have you cracking up. I mean, the comedy is just off the chain. And go follow him and go get your Pure Survival merchandise. Shout out to Jamil real quick though. Seriously, I got my Pure Survival merch, but I also read your comment about what Pure Survival means, and it's really touching and heartfelt because after you get to a certain point in life, it is pure survival. Your kids, your family, just trying to make it with these jobs, your relationships, it's effing pure survival. But thank you for joining the chat. I appreciate both of you guys coming over. So y'all go follow them. Y'all go follow the Lounge and go follow Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. And the Lounge is laughing. And y'all, they are a beautiful couple. I ain't gonna lie. They're a very sweet couple. You know, if y'all find love, it's a beautiful thing. I ain't found none, so whatever. I had it, but I lost it. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Okay. So Lulu is saying, "Hey, Jamil." And Lulu saying, "Go follow me on TikTok." I don't do much on TikTok, but I need to. And the Lounge is sending out hearts. I'm sending hearts back to you because the Lounge is very, very sweet. If y'all go check her channel out, you could just tell she has a warm heart, just like Lulu. Lulu's a sweetheart. I only like to be around nice people. I don't like them. I don't know. It's supposed to be love, nothing but pure love. Okay. Galatians says the Lounge is in the chat. Yes. Oh, okay. So Galatians is saying the Lounge knows about Gene Deal hiding in the basement. How the heck could Gene Deal be the bodyguard, but he hide in the basement? That's crazy. He's supposed to be the one. They wear a body vest, right? They wear the bulletproof vest. So what do you hide from, Gene? Come on. Now listen, y'all don't get Gene over here cussing me out now. Okay, Jamil played the video clip too. Okay, I gotta go find it. Maybe I'll go back. Galatians, tell me what video, like, was it in the last day or so? Because I never heard, Gene ain't gonna say that he was hiding nowhere. Jamil be cracking me up. Where did you come up with Gene Deal's kneecaps? And the reason I'm saying this, because once you get over 40, hell, everybody got clip-on kneecaps. I got clip-on kneecaps. I can't twerk. I mean, if you know, once you get over 40, you try to get down and twerk a little bit, bend them knees, you're not getting back up. So where did the Gene Deal kneecaps come from? Because that's crazy. But I got some clip-on kneecaps too, y'all. So I'm just going to say it. Michael says Pac was Ma Piru and was killed by Southside Crips. He had Compton on fire with violence. I think what happened with Tupac was that night when they were in Vegas. I mean, I don't know, because I don't know about all this gang affiliated and all that stuff. But I feel like when he kicked that person, that, I mean, you messing with gang members. What you think they're gonna do? Nothing. Galatians says, "Hey, Jamil." Lulu says, hit the like button. Yes, please, y'all hit the like button. And I had a celebrity in the chat tonight, y'all. So I'm a little excited though. What they say, get starstruck, right? Galatians says Jamil wasn't Gene Deal hiding in the basement. Okay, you said it was on the lounge, so I gotta go see it. Okay. I'm gonna go look back at the lounge's videos and see which one. Galatians, if you could just give me the title or something, or the date you saw it, because I didn't. Because I know Gene ain't running. Gene ain't no punk, right? Gene always talking about I ain't running from nothing. Galatians says it said in one of the Gene Deal's video clips. Okay, I'll just find it. I'll find it. But that's crazy. I mean, Gene is running like you're the bodyguard, sir. What are you running from? Lulu says follows Celebrity Scandalous. Michael says Baby Lane was from Southside Crips. Yeah, I don't know about that.
No.
Mace even threw shade at Diddy's name change to Brother Love in his lyrics. People started connecting dots about Biggie's death and financial motives. But wait, we can't forget about the locks. Mary J. Blige discovered them and recommended them to Diddy. They blew up after appearing on It's All About the Benjamins.
You kind of never know, like, it's gonna be what song is gonna be extra crazy. So, and we spit and this took place. But I fought it for a minute. I did it. I did my verse that night.
But drama alert. The group got fed up with Diddy's direction after their 1998 album Money, Power, and Respect flopped. After Biggie's death, Diddy went mainstream, abandoning their hardcore street sound.
He was one of them dudes that would just say crazy stuff anyway, all the time, on a daily basis. He drunk 40 ounces,
So what did they do? They started appearing on Rough Riders tracks. DMX's label, The Audacity.
X was already a star in Yonkers in our eyes, right, maybe 7 to 10 years before he ever dropped the album.
But
I don't remember all of these. I remember DMX, but I didn't really follow the locks in some of those groups. I mostly remember, I follow Foxy, Little Kim, and Diddy wasn't even a rapper. He was just always jumping on everybody's song and stuff. I mostly, because I'm on the West Coast, I mostly follow Tupac and all of them, but I don't know about all of these other people.
Diddy wasn't letting go that easy. He held them to their contract, forcing the Locks to start a Free the Locks campaign.
It worked sufficiently for what we needed it to do, but looking back, that was all on us, you know what I mean?
In 1999, they showed up at the Hot 97 Summer Jam wearing Let the Locks Go t-shirts. Things got heated. Someone hit Diddy with a chair. That finally convinced him to cut ties, and the Locks signed with Rough Riders for over a decade.
Probably after the argument with Diddy, when Styles threw the chair at Puff. You know what I mean? I ain't sure, but that was probably the last
But here's the real tea. The Locks wanted their publishing rights. They exposed that Diddy owned 50% of their publishing. When Diddy claimed he only owned 20% and made $400,000 from them, the group came with receipts, actual court documents. They spilled everything. Imagine working for years and years, hard work, and somebody that has nothing to do with that is getting the bulk of it.
Businessmen. We all mature adults say all that right there. I'm at my office. Y'all can sit on this interview with her and talk as long as y'all want to talk about it, or you can take the invitation I gave you before.
Jadakiss and Styles P weren't staying quiet. They revealed the shocking truth. Once we decided to go against Diddy, he had the power.
See how Diddy was? He was like, I don't give a F what you gonna do. Take the offer I gave you or F it. Like, Diddy was a bully. That's why, I mean, you know, I don't know if he's guilty of everything that they're accusing him of, but this man has ruined lives. You taking money out of people's mouths. These people got families to feed. Take it how I give it to you. Like, come on, Diddy. Now you know you made millions off of these groups. Give these people what they're owed, or even a fraction of it. It's like he wanted all. How greedy do you have to be? Oh, and also, Michael, I see what you said. He was the guy Pac stomped in Vegas. That's why I think Pac got unalived, because yeah, you in there stomping up. I love Tupac. Trust me, y'all. When I say I'm a Tupac fan, when my daughter was 3, I was teaching her like 1, 2, 3, and we, you know how you do nursery rhymes like hi, bye, and I said 2, and I thought she was gonna say 3, like 1, 2, 3, and I said 2, and she said Pac. That's how much I love Tupac. Like, everything was Tupac, but he was, you know, Tupac was he was crazy. If y'all remember, Tupac was always jumping on somebody, flying off the handle. Loved his message, loved him. I mean, just really loved him. But you can't just be stomping on people because he was with Suge. I think he thought he was exempt and he could do whatever he wanted, and he was just wilding out that night. So I think that's what happened. And Galatians, okay, thank you for saying that you'll post it. I appreciate that. So let me get back to this end of this video.
Power to block us from ever putting a song out ever again. We didn't have no leverage really besides the street.
Okay, y'all, so that's the end of the video. But let me see what you guys are seeing over here. Smash the like button. Yes, thanks for hitting it. Lulu says he's still, girl, he is still, I can imagine what he doing in the damn jail. They said he got people making his bed, and you know, he up here borrowing the phones he's not supposed to be using and stuff. So you know he's a bully and probably throwing his money around as well. The Lounge says, yes, I love Tupac. I mean, honestly, Tupac's music just used to get me through a lot of stuff. Can you see me now? Am I clear to you? Can you see me now? I loved his music. Yeah. Michael says Pac was a hypocrite, but his what? So Lounge, I know you kind of maybe new to the chat. Michael is always, anything that we say, he gonna take the opposite side. Now he knows Tupac's music was fire. He knows Tupac's music was hot, but he gonna say Pac was a hypocrite. Michael Brown, Mr. Michael, how was Tupac a hypocrite? How was Pac? and it's just all in love. So I'm just playing with him because we be going back and forth. But how was Tupac a hypocrite? What did he do? I did hear rumors that he may have been down low too. I mean, who ain't down low? I'm not. I mean, I'm strictly, if anybody cares. But it seemed like all of them were a little bit dibble and dabble, and I'm okay with that, But how was Mr. Tupac a hypocrite? I just want to know. But anyway, we started this off. Just a quick recap. Wait. Michael says he and Diddy was what? Now I don't believe they were lovers. Are you saying they were lovers? I don't believe that. I did hear that Pac could have been a little bit, but I know when they have the earlier photos of him, because he lived in Marin County, and they showed Marin County is a very wealthy area in the out in California, but then they have like a projects as well. But if he went to school out in Marin, it was probably very white, and they showed him, kind of doing like some Shakespearean stuff. But I don't think that makes him zesty. I don't think so. Lulu says, I'm not either. I'm straight as an arrow. And it's all good if you're not though. But yeah, as them old folks say, I like menses, okay? You said that's how the beef started. That's not what I heard. Hey Vita, thank you for joining. She says, good night. I'm a first-time listener. Welcome. Please hit the like button and join us again. I hope you had a good time. So we up here talking about we started talking about Mary J. Blige and the fact that she was by, and the fact that she's turning on Diddy because they're going to be releasing this co-conspirators list that they call the Enterprise, and that Mary J. Blige is being tied to a lot of the freak offs. And so now that, people are running scared, Mary J. Blige is one of the people that's like, he made me do some stuff and all of this. But, and Lulu was saying, hey, Vita, but Michael, you're saying that's how the beef started. You're saying, thank you, Vita. Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Michael is saying the beef started. Are you saying the beef started because Tupac and Diddy were lovers? I don't think so. I think it started because it was the let me see. From what I heard, it started because Tupac, they was having some beef about recording and stuff like that. But I ain't never heard that they was lovers. I don't believe that, Michael. I don't know. Lulu says, Michael, how you know this? Exactly, Michael. We need receipts. Drop the receipts. Lulu says, hey, Vita. Michael says Mary J was a pass around. I do believe that. I mean, hell, all these women were pass arounds. In order for you to make it, you got passed around. You were a toss up, right? I mean, that's essentially how they made it. I mean, I like Mary J. Blige's music, but come on, there are women with better voices as well. But if you didn't play the game, you weren't getting no deal. Thank you, Vita. Thanks again for hitting the like button. Michael says, just like Faith and Misa. Now, I never heard Faith was a pass around, but Misa was Diddy's first girlfriend. And, I think Misa, it's rumored that Misa would have threesomes with Kim and Diddy because Kim Porter was Misa's friend. So that's how Diddy even, started messing with Kim Porter, because that was Misa's friend too. And they worked together. It's just a mess. It just seems like all of these men, in order to get a record deal or something, I'm going to just say it because I know we got to be careful of the words we use on YouTube, but you pretty much just got to be hoeing. Yeah, this is what you got to do. It's a little bit of singing and a little bit of hoeing. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much what it says. Vita says Tupac dated Kim. That's what I did hear, that Tupac met. Okay. So Vita, I heard Tupac dated Kim. Y'all know Tupac dated Sarah Chapman, which is the woman who was Chance's mother, Diddy's, one of Diddy's daughters. They said Tupac messed with Faith. Michael, so thank you, Vita. I appreciate that, because that's what one of the issues was with Tupac and Biggie and Diddy. Because remember, they said Tupac smashed Faith. That's what they fell out about, not Diddy and Tupac being lovers. Okay. Lulu is sending hearts to Vita. Yes, thank you, Vita. So Michael says she was going down, Mary J. Blige. Y'all know the song. The Lounge said facts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know which part you're talking about, but yeah, I think Mary J., all of the girls, it's almost, and here's another thing, y'all. It's like all of them were bisexual, like Whitney Houston too. Like all of them, in order to be part of that circle, because there's another lady, oh God, I met her in, I used to go to this, they used to have Jack the Rapper, I forget what it was, years ago, but she allegedly was messing with Jada. Do y'all know she was a rapper? I know y'all know who she is. She's thin, and she was a female rapper. They said she messed with Missy Elliott, but I had met her one time, and they was all like very tomboyish. You said Push and P. I don't know what pushing P is. Vita says, or they had a filing and Daddy got with her after Diddy was jealous. Or they had a fling and Diddy got with her after Diddy was jealous. Yeah, Diddy. Yeah, you said Diddy. Lulu is saying hit the like button. Yeah, I mean, I think all because with Cassie's lawsuit, she lets us know that Diddy was making her mess with ex-workers. So to me, any woman that he dealt with, and I think it did start with Misa, in order to be down with the crew, it had to be a threesome. And then he putting everybody in the bedroom, because did you guys remember that one lady said that Cassie, when Diddy was messing with Cassie at first, that he was still with Kim Porter, but he let Cassie get in the bed with them. Can y'all imagine? I wish would come home. What? Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all remember like stuff like Al Green. I remember my parents talked about how they put some grits on Al Green. Like, you think I'm going to let some woman get in my, that's crazy. I can't believe it. But again, these women will put up with a lot of this stuff because they want the purses, they want the Gucci, they want the money, like all of that stuff. Like, it's not worth it. I mean, I can't see that it's worth it, you know? Michael says, pushing P, passing Vajayjay around. Yeah, I get what you're saying, like just sleeping around. But I mean, I guess, to be honest, that's why Maya was so respected, but her career didn't take off the way she wanted it to, because she refused to go with Jay-Z. And you know, Jay-Z has a lot of power. So if you don't mess with him back in the day, or if you didn't mess with a Diddy or any of them, like a Russell Simmons or something, basically you have no contract. I mean, that's part of the deal, you know. It's sad because it's not based on talent always. It's based on who you're going to sleep with. A lot of them say that. I mean, and of course they said Mary J. Blige. She talks about it. I think Gene Deal was the one who said Mary J. Blige was the one saying that how many peens she had to, you know, to get where she got, you know. I mean, I guess she was honest about it. She was like, I had to do what I had to do. But I don't know. I just, for me, it's nothing that I ever wanted that bad. Like, if I got to touch somebody that is gross to me, I just rather go get a job. I just work my 9 to 5. I can't do it. I can't do it. I got to work. I got to clock in and clock out. Vita says, loving the conversation tonight. They're out here treating Diddy as if he's the God, master, and the king. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, Diddy is definitely done, in my opinion. Vita, don't forget, tomorrow is going to be that Peacock special. It's going to be, I think it's called, what is the Peacock special, y'all? Let me see. Let me get it for you. Hold on. Because everybody is going to be watching this. It's going to come on Peacock, and I don't know what time. I've been trying to find the time. I don't know what time they're releasing it. Diddy Peacock documentary. Let's see. It is called Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. So don't forget, that's coming on tomorrow on Peacock. They're supposed to talk about not everything, because, you know, we're still going to hear some things that are going to come out in the indictment in March. The co-conspirators. I can't wait to hear that. I think it's going to be people that we are very shocked about, people you didn't think, and it's going to be white and black. It's not just going to be all black people. It's going to be white people, like some of them Ashton Kutchers and Ellen. I mean, all of these people that were coming to the freak-offs. What were y'all doing at them freak-offs? You know what I'm saying? And Mary J. Blige bringing men and women to the freak-offs, and Mary messing with that young boy, Danny Boy. You know that ain't the only young boy that she messed with. I mean, for real. Michael says, pass the diddler. Yes, tomorrow night or tomorrow. Y'all, I'm going to try to post it. I was trying to give a gift card to somebody, or like a 1-month subscription to Peacock. I have to figure it out. If I figure it out, I'll put it on my, my community tab. So if somebody doesn't have Peacock, because I would like to have a watch party so everybody can see it, whoever doesn't have Peacock, so y'all all can see it. But we have to watch this. Unfortunately, we can't, we can't stream it because it'll go against YouTube's policies. But I know somebody gonna be crazy enough to do it. So if I'm on tomorrow, I will let y'all know. If I find somebody streaming it for free, I will post it. But it's gonna be crazy. Vita says, all cool. It sounds like a good watch. Thanks for it. Yes, girl. Ooh, Vita, Miss Vita. Girl, if you want to be in the know tomorrow, you gonna have to be everybody. The content creators, everybody is going crazy because we all want to hear this mess. And this, okay, so here's the thing. Do you have to pay to see it? I don't have Peacock. Okay, Galatians, let me, okay, since I don't know if anybody else has it, but just go into my, I'm gonna, if you don't have Peacock, you have to have Peacock. I think they have a free 7-day trial. So what you guys could do is go ahead and do the 7-day trial, and then just make sure you cancel it. But it's an app, and you can install it on your smart TV or your on your laptop. So I'm gonna try to figure out tonight how I can give away one. And Vita, if you need it, let me, not Vita, if Galatians, if you need it, let me know on the back end. If I can do it, I can't promise I can't, because I don't know if I can figure it out, but I'm going to try to do it as a gift card. But yeah, Vita, listen, everybody, the content creators, everybody, it's a big watch party across like YouTube for everybody following the Diddy case, right? Because a lot of the other documentaries, they were just like bits and pieces of stuff that had been on the internet, or, people talking about like the Jaguar rights, and, people who didn't really know him. But this right here is supposed to be from people who actually know Diddy, from childhood friends, people from the neighborhood, people that have worked in the studios with him on multiple occasions. So not just some secondhand, I'm lying behind lying, but firsthand accounts, right? And it's more credible because, it's people that knew him, and I mean, are they lying on him? And it doesn't sound like it's people that are trying to sue him, although I think there are going to be some women. There are a couple of women who work with him and said that he did things to them, but they're not suing him. So I think it's more credible. I think these people are more credible. So girl, please watch. Lulu says, please connect with Celebrity Scandalous on Instagram. Yes, can y'all go follow me on Instagram and let me know you heard it here on YouTube. Shout out to Lulu. She keeps me on track. Y'all go follow Lulu's World -93 on Instagram. She has the positive messaging. Galatia says, is there any way if someone can watch it, they can send the video to someone else and we can watch it that way? Galatians, I will see. Girl, listen, if I could stream it, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I would, like, oh, you know what? Oh, I was going to say maybe I could make a fake channel and we could do it that way, but I don't think we can. Okay, so you said you're going to need to figure out something as well. So listen, okay, so here's the worst case scenario. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try to give away one watch thing, but you can do a free, a 7-day trial and then just cancel it, right? Because I have it. I do have Peacock, but it is an app. So does anybody else in the chat have any ideas on how to get Peacock for temporary so they can watch this? I feel like somebody's going to be posting it on YouTube, because a lot of the reality shows I watch, people are always posting stuff they're not supposed to, but they do it anyway. So you might be able to see it that way. But before I go to bed tonight, you said I'll do the trail. Vita, we got you. Somebody, we gonna listen. Don't worry. Somebody, we gonna find a way to get the Oh, you'll do the trial. Okay, yeah. Lulu says do the free trial. Michael says come to his house. I don't know where Michael lived, but Michael, it looked like Michael saying he'll share. Now that's another thing. If somebody has it, maybe they could do I just don't know how to do the what do you guys call it? The Zoom, because you might be able to share it through Zoom But I'll try to see what I could do. I don't know. I'll try to figure out something tonight. You can let us listen to it while it plays. Just and can show it on YouTube. I might be able to. I'm gonna see what I can do. And Galatians, again, worst case scenario, do the free trial and just cancel it. And check out my community tab, because if I'm able to figure out how to get the free the gift card to somebody, I'll post it on my community tab, and I'll try to do that by early tomorrow morning. So just check my community tab, and then and if you need it, then I'll give it to you. It's not a problem. And then hopefully in the meantime, somebody can figure out how we could Jimmy rig it so everybody could watch it, right? Because Peacock is not, I think it's only like $5 to $9 or something a month. But I know we don't have that extra money to be wasting anyway. But we don't figure it out so everybody gets to watch it. We will figure it out. And maybe I will stream it. Maybe I could do a screen capture and then replay it on Zoom. And I'll try to see if I could do that as well, because I just don't know what time it's coming on. But anyway, y'all, thank you for coming over. Again, shout out to The Lounge. Shout out to I Am Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Vita, that's the thing. I don't know what time is airing. I keep looking. I don't know if they're going to release it like in the morning, because it's on an app, so they might not have a particular show time. They might just release it, because I've been looking. And let me see. Galatia says, yes, we can watch it on Zoom or the Meet Me app, possibly, or Google Meet. Okay, I'll try to see. My daughter, she's pretty tech savvy. I'll ask her. Maybe she can help me figure it out. Michael says, have a great evening. You too, Michael. Michael invited everybody over to his place to watch the Diddy movie. And Michael, you providing food and drinks, okay? Galatians says, yeah, we can watch it on Zoom. And Lulu says, big shout out to everyone who came through tonight. Yes, thank you so much. Again, go follow The Lounge. Go follow Jamil Peterson, and go their merch, Pure Survival, because this life is pure survival. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. All right. All the Peacock you need. What, Michael? Okay. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.